What's going down? Basement Boy Banter is the channel. DC Multiverse Weekly is the show. Your home for all the news, announcements, and pre-orders in McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse. This was a light, very very light. I almost considered not doing it week, but we gotta have a little end of summer Labor Day blowout. And what better than our 75th iteration of a Rebirth Batman? I don't know. This Rebirth Batman that they announced earlier this week, let's just talk about the whole package, really, because it was two pieces. It was the Rebirth Batmobile that they announced, which we knew was coming. We saw it at a couple cons this summer. There's been a few people who have shown it off already. And then to go with the Rebirth Batmobile, they gave you another Rebirth Batman. So now it's the same, like, coloration as like this Rebirth Batman, I think, except the head has a much shorter neck peg. It gives you the same maskless face that comes with the blue DC Digital Rebirth Batman. This was the Rebirth Batman from the Batwoman and Clayface 3-pack. This is a good Rebirth Batman. I also do like the blue one. The head is more in line with the blue version, but they shrunk the neck peg. Gave him a cloth cape, which I like. I don't even know if it's wired because it just said soft goods cape, which now has me worried, unless they say wired soft goods cape, that it's not, ever since No Man's Land Batman. I still am not over that. I am going to put a wire in that, though, so stay tuned for the channel. I might film myself doing that, put up a little how to add a wire to that, because it's, like I said, it's a great Batman, just no wires. Atrocious. But the Rebirth Batman, they gave him a soft goods cape, so he fits in the Batmobile perfectly. I have the White Knight Batmobile and the White Knight Batman, and those fit in that Batmobile fine with the rubber cape. Now, I will say this thick plastic cape, to get him to sit down on the cape would be a tough, that's going to be a tough ask. So I get why they did it. This is, the Rebirth Batmobile and the Rebirth Batman are both passes for me. And I honestly didn't even go with the Batman Superman, like Collectors Club crowdsourced one. I couldn't do it. I remember seeing like the last day to join, and I was like, and I was like $100. I was like, I really don't have any space. I really don't. I have zero space. The only appeal was if I was a completionist, but like the 89 Batmobile holds way more higher place for me than that one, just like the Batman one. And same with the Tumbler. I love those a lot more. Even the 66 Batmobile, or the animated series one, which I got the giant one over here, those all hold higher places in my heart, personally, than that Batman vs. Superman or the or the Justice League, whatever, that version that you could buy in the tiers. And for sure, Rebirth. And for sure, the Batman. And you got to have a massive shelf to hold all those Batmobiles, especially if you're getting like Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. We're coming up on, and I got the Batman Beyond Batmobile too, sitting here. So I think I'm good. If they do a 7-inch 66, double-seater, long, big body, that's the one I would probably have to jump on. But outside of that, the Rebirth one, it's cool. It's very cool looking. The Rebirth Batmobile was the Build a Batmobile figure that got me into this, right? The Nightwing, the Batman Who Laughs, and Batgirl. All bought those back in 2020, and you can make this tiny little Rebirth Batmobile, right? It wasn't full-size, obviously, because that would have been an epic Build-A-Figure back then. But it was the Rebirth one. So I do like that Batmobile. I sit on my desk with Pop, Batman, and Robin, and it actually scales really great with that. But as far as the full-size one go, and especially that other Batman Rebirth retool, no, they're passes. The Batman Year One is a better Batman. The Nightfall Batman's a better Batman. They've got a ton of cloth cape Batmans you can fit in there. I bet you there's a couple even rubber cape ones you could fit in the Batmobile. So I don't really see the necessity for that. And like I said, the Batmobile for me is a pass. Soft pass, but it's still a pass. So there you go. That's it for the week. There were no announcements of figures. There were no pre-orders besides those two. nothing else and no news. Like it's like I said, light week, end of summer, you know, kind of with a fizzle, not a bang, which is fine. Help my pocketbook. Let me know. Did you pick them up? Are they must-haves in your heart? Because if they are, I don't, you know, I don't hate you for it. But tell me. Let me know. Speak to me. Like, share, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. You know what to do. You know what to do. Until the next one. Deuces. Thanks for watching.